Hello and welcome to another episode of the UCLA Bruins Insider Podcast. As always, I'm your host, Connor Moreno, lead writer for UCLA Bruins on SI. And today I thought we would take a little break from football just because we've been talking about it pretty much every day for the last month. And maybe move on a little bit to basketball. The NBA Summer League just ended, and UCLA was pretty well represented in the Summer League, so I kind of wanted to look at the former UCLA players that went ahead and played in Summer League, who they played for, how their teams did, and more importantly, how they did. And yeah, I mean, we were just doing a series kind of breaking down each positional group in the UCLA football team. I think we'll get back to that, but for now, kind of just wanted to sit back and do a little bit of basketball. Just some spring cleaning. We did miss the Rashawn Duncan news. He is a 3-star corner out of Oakland. UCLA was in a recruitment battle for him with Washington, Arizona, and Arizona State. And I'm sure, as you know already, he did commit to UCLA. He did commit to Washington. Freudian slip. And UCLA was kind of deemed a top 2, kind of close to Washington, but it was kind of always looking like it was going to be the Huskies that won that one. And that's another kind of battle that the Bruins lost to Washington. I remember Brian Bonner, he's a 4-star running back. That was probably Deshaun Foster's most prized recruit since he took over at UCLA. But the Bruins did beat them out for Washington defensive lineman David Schwartzel, actually the number 1 prospect out of Washington. So, apples to oranges. You could call them even, but Washington has been a pretty prominent foe, I guess you could say, for recruits in this 2026 recruitment cycle. But yeah, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the Bruins that were in the NBA Summer League. The NBA Summer League ended on Sunday. You're going to be listening to this on Tuesday. It ended on Sunday. The Charlotte Hornets won. They beat the Sacramento Kings. But as far as Bruins go, they had seven players in the summer league. Jalen Clark and Amari Bailey played for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Adam Bona, he played a little bit for the 76ers. Jules Bernard for the Golden State Warriors. Moses Brown for the Houston Rockets. Lazar Stefanovic for the Orlando Magic, and Kobe Johnson obviously for the Atlanta Hawks. We've been kind of chronicling Kobe Johnson's journey in the Summer League more than a lot of players, just because he's kind of the more prominent, I guess you could say, Bruin out of the 2024-2025 season. But yeah, with that being said, I mean, let's take a look at how these Bruins did in the Summer League. Jalen Clark, he played for the Minnesota Timberwolves. He played 4 games in Las Vegas. I'm not counting the games prior to Las Vegas, like in Salt Lake or whatnot, just because it would be varying, differences, and some Bruins played and some UCLA alums didn't play. But yeah, Clark played in 4 games in Vegas. He averaged 8.3 points, 2.0 rebounds, 2.5 assists, and 2.5 steals in 28.1 minutes per game. Didn't shoot all that well. He shot 30 from the field, 30 from beyond the arc, and only 50 from the 3-point line, although he did only take 2 free throw attempts per game. But the Timberwolves did go 4-1 in the tournament, which was, I guess you could say, pretty good. Jalen Clark, he's vying to, he's not necessarily fighting for a spot on the roster. He is a pretty coveted young prospect on the roster, but that is kind of different from his Summer League teammate and former Bruin Amari Bailey. He also played for the Timberwolves. He played in 5 games. I think statistically he did a lot better than, obviously I didn't watch every single game, but statistically he did a lot better than Jalen Clark. He played in 5 games in Vegas, averaged 10 points, 3.6 rebounds, 3.6 assists, and 0.8 almost a steal per game in only 18 minutes. So that per 36, you're looking at 20 points, 7 rebounds, 7 assists. I mean, really good. Didn't shoot it all that well, though, as people tend to do in the Summer League. Only shot 45.5% from the field and only 25 from 3, 70 from the free throw line. But again, he didn't shoot that many per game. Obviously, the Timberwolves went 4-1. But yeah, Amari Bailey has been a name that's been trying, I guess, to break through in the league. I think he did a pretty decent job in the summer league, so he's probably going to be a mainstay in the G League, though. Up next, we have Moses Brown. He played for the Houston Rockets. He played in 5 games in Vegas. Didn't do that much. He only averaged 6.4 points, 4.2 rebounds, and only played 7 minutes per game. He did shoot 60% from the field, which is a good sign, especially for a center. Obviously, you want to see him up in that 70% range, but still in the summer league and as a young player and not kind of organized offenses, 60% from the field is still good. Shot 62 from the charity stripe, but the Rockets went 1-4 in the tournament, so not that great. Jules Bernard, he played for the Golden State Warriors in this summer league. He played 4 games, averaged 8 points, 2.3 rebounds, 1.5 assists per game. Did not shoot well at all. 31 from the field, 22 from 3. Shot about 70 from the free throw line. He's kind of on the outside looking in, especially on that Golden State roster. They don't have too many young players, but the young players they do have kind of solidify the spots towards the end of the bench right there. But moving on, I think we have about 3 more? Yeah, we have 3 more pretty bigger names, especially more recent names. Kobe Johnson for the Atlanta Hawks. He was an undrafted rookie out of the 2025 NBA draft. Immediately signed up with the Hawks. Obviously, he is playing with his brother, Jalen. And I really think that he has potential to eventually work his way up to a guaranteed contract in the league. Just his skill set alone is really good, and it kind of fits with Atlanta. Atlanta has been kind of wanting to surround Trae Young with, and obviously they had a really good offseason adding Kristaps Porzingis and kind of solidifying that defensive identity around Trae Young. But yeah, Johnson, he played 4 games in Vegas, averaged 9 points, 4.3 rebounds, 1 assist, 1.5 steals in 18 minutes per game. So obviously you're not going to play 36 minutes in summer league, but those 36 minutes are really good and kind of I guess mirror what he did in UCLA, kind of stacking box scores. Shot 53 from the field, 33 from 3, 62 from the free throw line, and the Hawks went 4-1 in the tournament. They lost their last game. The numbers aren't glaring for Johnson, but they don't show the kind of steady improvement that he displayed all throughout the tournament. Frankly, the way Johnson played proves that he should be closer to earning a guaranteed contract, as I said, with Atlanta. The Hawks, they overhauled their roster. They're trying to build a contender in the depleted Eastern Conference, and I think Johnson's skill set alone makes him an ideal player archetype that the Hawks have valued. Moving on, we have Adam Bona, kind of one of the more, I guess you could say, successful former Bruins, young Bruins, I should say. He played just 3 games with the 76ers, was kind of battling a little bit of a lower body injury, I think. Played just 3 games, averaged 7.7 points, 6.3 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, but, a staggering 3.7 blocks per game in 22 minutes per game. Shot 55 from the field. He kind of struggled with his personal fouls. I think he had over 6 maybe twice in all of Summer League, not just Las Vegas. But that's what Summer League is for, to develop. And Adam Bona, I think, is still going to be a pretty good backup big moving forward, especially for Philadelphia. The Sixers went 3-2 in the tournament. And last but not least, Lazar Stefanovic. He played for Orlando, did not play that much at all. He's definitely on the outside moving in. Played just 2 games, averaged a point, 1.5 rebounds, 1 steal in just 4 minutes per game. But the Magic did go 0-5, so maybe something was off there. But yeah, that's all we had for the Bruins in the G League. When the NBA season does start, we're going to go ahead and keep on chronicling how these former Bruins are doing, not just the young ones, not just the rookies or the second or third year players. We're going to be chronicling kind of all of the UCLA alums to, Russell Westbrook. He still has a free agent decision to make, or some team's going to have to choose him. And then we have Drew Holiday, how that's going to play out in Portland, just a whole bunch of former Bruins. Sorry, I have something in my eye, my goodness. But yeah, I am... I guess you could say I do mainly, or used to mainly, cover the NBA, so that's kind of my forte. So I do look forward to talking about these former Bruins and, just basketball in general, especially when the UCLA season comes around. So yeah, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening to the UCLA Bruins Insider Podcast, and we'll see you tomorrow.